Hi everyone. I'm going to do a bit of a different pick a card reading today. This is a bit dark. This is going to have a little bit of a dark energy to it. So if you're the faint of heart and only love, you're really into the whole love and light thing, you might, I don't know, whatever. I would give it a try anyway. You know what? Why not? Give it a try. This is a pick a card. It's funny because it didn't originally have a dark side feel to it. I'm gonna do a pick a card about the shadow self. Um, but this isn't. I would expect this more from the shadow self reading, but this is actually a reading to tell the difference between what is going on with you, whether it is the ascension symptoms. If you're not familiar with ascension symptoms or the event or the shift into 5D, you can Google it or you can email me. I could try to explain it to you. But anyway, this is a pick a card to see the difference between what is ascension symptoms and what is psychic attack. I've been confused myself. I thought I was having very, very bad ascension symptoms a couple months ago, and really I was under a very extreme psychic attack. And once I handled the psychic attack like a badass witch, everything went away. I mean, I'm still, and there's definitely an energy shift going on, and that can be rough. Like, last couple days have been a little bit rough with the ascension shift energies. However, I think a lot of people are having both. You could be having ascension symptoms and a psychic attack, or you could be having, more of a psychic attack than you realize and blaming it on the ascension symptoms. So in this reading, we're going to explore that. There's a dark feel to this reading. We're going to get into some dark stuff, maybe. At least it seems to be starting out that way. My guides are kind of guiding me into this direction, into this depth and darkness direction, to really look into some of these things. We're going to use, I think we're just going to use the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. I'm going to pull a few cards for each group. And I might, if I'm inspired to bring in some other decks or some other cards, I might do that. But for right now, we're just going to stick with this one deck, the Gothic Tarot. We have 3 objects, so you could choose one or more of the objects. We have a black octopus. We have a wasp's nest that my kitten found. He keeps refinding it, and he's done some damage to it actually. Anyway, so the black octopus is number 1. The wasp's nest is number 2. And then we have this rock that has a drop of animal blood on it, and the animal's fine. I live on a farm, and a couple animals got in a fight, and one had a little bit of blood, and so it was from a little bit of it wasn't a really bad fight either. It was just, farm, animals just, they get into it sometimes, and sometimes there's a few drops of blood, and both animals are fine. And so if you're worried about the animals, they're absolutely okay. But I just kind of took this rock as, just for my own witchy reasons. And then my kitten found the wasp's nest. So we have 1, 2, 3. So go ahead and pick one of these objects, or you could pick more. If you can't decide between 2 of them, but try to figure out which one resonates or calls you the most. So, all right, so I'm gonna move these out. So you're just assuming you paused the video. So we have, for pile 1, we're gonna do a quick draw of 3 cards. This is gonna be a very intuitive reading. In fact, I'm gonna probably be consulting with my guides a lot in this reading. Pile 1, the black octopus. Is this Ascension symptoms? How much is this is Ascension symptoms, and how much of it is psychic attack? Psychic attacks can come in many forms. I probably should have gone over that in the beginning. King of Swords, the World, and Queen of Swords. So, group 1, what I'm getting is you have some people around you that are trying to hold you back from ascending. You have some people throwing energy at you, and there's a lot of mind games going on. There's some mind fuckery going on with a man and a woman, or men and women, society in general. You're a little bit stuck in some old thinking patterns, and in a way this is a form of psychic attack. There are some people that are influencing you and holding you back from a lot. Could be from the Ascension, or could be just on a more mundane level. They are holding you back from really exploring some of the things you want to explore, creating some of the things you want to create, moving in a direction you want to move. So you're definitely it's more of a psychic attack than Ascension symptoms, and you're being overly influenced by some people around you, especially in a mental way, in a mind way, in a could be academic limitations, could be societal limitations, but it's very based on beliefs and thoughts and ideas. You have very limiting people have been you're being forced to break free of some limiting belief systems. That's the direction you will be moving into, is looking at the belief systems you have and moving away from some of these belief systems. Trying to think if I'm getting anything else for this group. That's pretty much what's going on with this group 1 experience, is the limiting belief systems, and some people, and you could definitely have people around you that are promoting these belief systems. So let me pull a card for a way out. Explore the emotional realm a little bit more, get a little deeper into, you're starting to move into a more emotional, intuitive space and less analytical. There's this, analysis paralysis, I think I've heard it called. And you're starting to move out of the analysis paralysis and into a more intuitive and childlike energy. The inner child, I'm not a huge fan of the whole inner child work thing, but there's definitely some potential in that. There could be some potential in that for you. I personally don't resonate with it, but there's this feeling of initiate. I keep getting the word initiation. This initiation. You're being initiated into a more intuitive and feeling place and a less analytical place. And this is where you're going. This is the energy. So basically, the question is it more ascension symptoms or is it more psychic attack? I would say it was more psychic attack in that it's a societal based influence and people you're around, educational based, and getting too much into your analyzer, things like that. That's more of a psychic attack realm than an ascension realm. Well, though, hey, the ascension could be pushing you into more of an emotional, intuitive, childlike state as well. So, okay. Well, I think that's it for group 1. And I do private consultations. I do astrology. I have over 30 years experience in astrology, card reading, and I am a trained intuitive and psychic as well. Delve into past lives and all that. So if you're interested in a private reading with me, feel free to email me. And I have an Etsy store as well. I can list that in the description below. Thanks, group 1. Okay. Group 2, the wasp's nest. Group 2, the wasp's nest. Is this ascension symptoms you're feeling, or is it psychic attack? This group, number 2, is more ascension symptoms. The guides are telling me it's around 70 to 80% ascension symptoms and less psychic attack. We all have some amount of psychic attack. I mean, I don't think any of us are completely psychic attack free. Even people that do energy work and spell work and all that. So you're definitely going through a huge ascension process right now. There is a lot of shifting going on as far as you're sensitive to some of these energies that are hitting the planet, some of these energies that are bubbling up from the planet. You are tapping into some things that you may not realize. Many of you may not be aware of how much you are actually getting from the earth energies. The actual planetary shift right now is affecting you more than you might even realize. you're going to move into a place where you're trying to learn how to work in these energies a little bit better. But it's more ascension symptoms than anything else. You might have an increased level of creativity and be more emotional. But you can definitely tap into this energy, and there's a real strong ascension vibe to this group. This group is, and you're moving into another. You're making another shift. So you're moving into a shift where you can really explore your creativity more, and you're going to find balance in these new energies that are hitting the planet. So I think, this is actually really has a good feel to it. You're learning, you're figuring out the ascension thing, group 2. You're learning how to learn how to work with these energies. The planet's shifting. There's energy coming up from the planet. There's ancient pagan traditions. There's ancient artifacts and megaliths that are emerging from the earth right now. You're tapping into some of that energy, and you're tapping into some of the cosmic energy as well. And you're learning how to integrate this. You're figuring it out. You're figuring out how to integrate this energy. And I'm not seeing a lot of actual psychic attack. There's some interference being run that we're all dealing with. Okay, but I'm not seeing, I'm mostly seeing it's the ascension energies that are affecting you more than anything right now. So this was kind of, I don't really have a whole lot more to say. It's kind of cut and dry. Your readings just, it is what it is, and I think you're moving in the right direction, and I think it feels like you're learning how to integrate and use some of these energies. You're channeling some of these energies. You're starting to integrate some of these energies, and I feel like it's a positive vibe for this group. As much as I'm in the dark energy of this reading, this group has a pretty high vibration. The wasp's nest, and maybe that's it. The wasp's nest is, the wasps are built, they did build something, right? They built something, and you're building something too. You're building something too, despite the shift, and integrating the energies of the shift that's happening now on the planet. I'm getting all of a sudden, I just got another message right away, is you're also seeing through the veil. You're seeing some of the lies and deception that have been going on on this realm. Okay, like you're seeing through, you're starting to see every day, you're seeing more clearly through the veil, through the lies, through the age of deception that we've been dealing with. You're definitely seeing through stuff more than ever, and it's being brought to you as well. It's the truth is being brought to you. So it's a good, I think you're off to a good start with this whole crazy world we're in. So, okay, group 3. Group 3 was the rock with the animal, a drop of animal blood. I don't want to go too much into details about that because people get upset, but that both animals are fine. I live on a farm, and the one animal was getting a little carried away, and the other animal, that's just, the animals, that's just what they do. And they're both really happy and healthy. So anyway, the rock with the drop of animal blood, How much of this is Ascension symptoms, and how much of this is a psychic attack? So group 3, you have a lot of both. You have quite a bit of psychic attack, and you have quite a bit of Ascension symptoms going on here. There's a bit of a struggle. There is a struggle going on between if anything, this reading was for you. There's a real struggle going on here between the Ascension symptoms and the psychic attack, the 3D and the 5D, the earth energy and the shift that you want to make, the shift you're making. There's kind of a push-pull feeling as far as the pentacles being, you've been trying to establish yourself materially, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's just a lot. There's like a confusing energy going on between, it's creating confusion in your space, the psychic attack, and then where is the psychic attack coming from? Let's see where the psychic attack is coming from. There's some death type of energy in your space, like there's some ancestral energy, curses. There's some death of possibly some dead people and some entities in your space. There's some amount of, there's not a lot. I mean, I've seen a lot worse, okay? I've been doing psychic work for years, and I've definitely seen worse. But there's a little bit of everything. There's some ancestral issues going on. Old family. There's a few old family kind of curses, some past life stuff, and then there's some death, like dead people hanging out with you that are causing some issues in your space, in the way you're seeing things. You're having some confusion from a lot of energy coming in from it's like past life, death type of energy. It's an old, it's just an old energy. I'm trying to come up with a better description of it, but it's like it's influencing you a little too much. Like there's just a little bit too much of this old energy influencing you. And then there is the Ascension symptoms. You're moving into the Ascension, and you're moving into the new earth energy, and it's creating a bit of some confusion, because you're not quite integrating the old energy and the new energy as fast as you would like, or as smoothly. So it's creating some chaos, some confusion, the material things are, you're kind of worked towards some material stability, but that's kind of slipping away. Things are a bit confusing for this group, because you do have a lot going on. You do have the old some old, I just keep seeing, I know this might freak some people out, but this is a bit of a darker reading. So, but you do absolutely have some dead people hanging out in your space. I'm seeing that very, very clearly. You have a lot, not a lot, but you have enough it's keeping you from, it's not, it's influencing you. It's making your vision foggy. Okay. And I don't know, some of these could be relatives, some of these could be some sort of death energy you've picked up from somewhere. If you work at a hospital or you work at I'm getting that some people that are watching this are involved in some medical type things where they're exposed to, hospitals, places where people die, um, cemetery type energy. There's a lot of that energy, kind of graveyard, old, death energy, a little bit in your space, group 3. And then you have some of this cosmic energy coming in. And I see you studying, you're going to start studying more ways to work with these energies. You're very psychic, very intuitive, and you are very balanced in your own way. You are very balanced, but you're being thrown off by the intensity of both energies, of the dead people in your space energy and the astral cosmic energy that's coming in. There's just something, you're a bit stuck on that. So anyway, you might do some research into these things. Get grounded and do some research into these things. I would definitely look into clearing, banishing, cutting cords, moving entities out of your space. You have a lot going for you. You have a lot of solid, a lot of very strong intellect and a strong uh, financial, maybe not financial, but like material base, if that makes sense. You have a good foundation that you're working from, but you're just getting a little bit confused by all these energies coming in from both places, the old energy and the new energy that you're kind of getting hit from both directions there. So, explore different ways. I do healings, I do readings. You could certainly contact me. You could do your own research. You can contact somebody else. Whatever. I'm just the messenger. But you definitely, once you get this sorted out, you'll be good. But you just have a lot of energy coming at you from different directions, from the cosmic and then from the more dark places. I mean, there's darkness in the cosmic, but you know what I mean. Like there's some of the old dark energies and stuff, and then the cosmic ascension energies. They're both working on you. This is a different field than the other two groups where it was kind of like one or the other. This is a combination of both. Number 3, you have both going on. You have both. You have a lot of psychic attack and you have a lot of ascension symptoms. but you also have a lot of very strong foundation, and you can definitely get through all of this and sort through all of it, and you could come out really knowing a lot and having a lot of good experience, and you can show others. You can show others how to do this. I see you being very, very resourceful. That's the word I was looking for earlier, is resourceful. So group 3, you're very, very resourceful, and you can definitely get through this. So I think that's it for now. And I want to thank everyone. You can find information on how to contact me in the description. And anyway, hope everyone got something out of this video, and I will be putting more videos up soon. Bye for now.